All right, so the king is back. Yeah, this is probably the most excited that I've been for a Star Wars episode since The Mandalorian Season 2. I mean, I was excited for Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff, but we all know how that turned out, so we're just gonna push that to the side and ignore that. But so far, the week-to-week experience for this show has felt unlike anything that we've gotten from Disney Star Wars since The Mandalorian Season 2, and this is almost comparable to the Luke Skywalker cameo that we got at the end of Mandalorian Season 2, and it's almost like that situation if there was another episode after that episode that we got at the end of Mandalorian Season 2, like if there was an episode 9 in that season where it was just Luke and Grogu conversating about stuff that happened in the past, about his training, but with this, Anakin Skywalker is talking to Ahsoka, and we're in the world between worlds. We're probably going to see flashback stuff. We're talking about maybe alternate timelines of a fight on Mustafar. Who knows what's going to happen? I heard some of that stuff was cut, and if they did cut that, why? But in all sincerity, I am so excited to be continuing this show. I think it's one of the best things we've gotten out of Disney Star Wars. Dave Filoni is the absolute GOAT. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. I mean, he's the heir to George Lucas, and we're not going to get anybody that is ever as close to George Lucas like Dave Filoni. But overall, my thoughts on the show have been pretty positive for the most part. I mean, the first 2 episodes I thought were good. I liked them. I have some problems with them. Were they perfect? Not at all. There's some logical errors in those episodes, like why is Sabine alive? She shouldn't be alive. The whole lightsaber stabbing trope is really getting annoying. I hope they stop after this because I think there's just been so much conversation about that specific scene in the first episode that they're going to have to stop and look at the reaction to it and be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this for a 9th time. But I thought the second episode picked it up a little bit. It was a little bit shorter. I thought the second episode was paced the best so far, at least out of the first 3 episodes. The third episode I thought was better, but way too short. So the pacing so far up until the third episode was not very good. I mean, the pacing of the overall story of the season I thought was good, but the episodes themselves all over the place. And that's kind of just been par for the course for Disney Plus Star Wars. I mean, even for Marvel, it's all over the place. I don't get it. Just pick an hour runtime and stick with it, please. But then we got last week's episode, and I honestly think it's the best Star Wars Disney Plus episode, live action episode that we have gotten off of Disney Plus. I mean, there's some episodes up there like the finale for Mandalorian Season 2 and whatnot. Tales of the Jedi in terms of animation is definitely up there, but everything that last week's episode was able to do, I mean, even most detractors of this show, haters of this show so far, have admitted that last week's episode, while they didn't love it, of course, but they actually liked elements of it. And to everybody else that's been loving this show so far, or at least enjoying it, really liked last week's episode or loved it like I did. I mean, throughout the whole episode, there's so much tension between our heroes and villains. I mean, is the Eye of Sion going to take off and go to the next galaxy in this episode? We didn't know. The tension was definitely there. I mean, them building up that tension with the Eye of Sion. There was like almost kind of like a countdown throughout the episode. The tension between Ahsoka and Balin and their fight, Sabine and Shin and their fight. I mean, they kind of did another Obi-Wan and Maul moment with Merrick, and Merrick ended up just being Night Sister magic. I presume was Night Sister magic. We really don't know for a fact, but I think the choreography in both fights was done really well. I mean, Disney has not been the best with choreographing their lightsaber fights. I mean, I think they should just go and get Nick Gillard back. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't, because people love the prequel duels. Just bring them back. Just bring them back. I mean, it's a phone call. Make a phone call. But to be fair, they're getting better. As much as I really didn't like Kenobi, I think that the choreography in the finale fight between Vader and Obi-Wan was pretty good. I think it was directed terribly. I hated the shaky cam in that episode, or the whole show rather. But the choreography for the lightsabers is definitely getting better. Then, at the end of last week's episode, Ahsoka dies. We don't know if she died or if this is in her mind or what's going on. But Anakin Skywalker shows up. Dude, if you weren't in, you're in now. It's like Nick Fury said in that stupid show that came out like a couple months ago that we don't want to talk about.
Even when I'm out, I'm in.
And like I said, people who have not necessarily loved this show or even liked it up until this point are at least interested in what is going to happen in this episode. And I mean, Anakin Skywalker, I think, has been trending on Twitter for the last week straight, which I don't think I've seen since the end of Mandalorian Season 2, you know, something trend for that long, or at least not trend for just a couple hours like all these other Disney Plus shows have been doing over the last couple of years. I mean, there hasn't really been a huge talking point for any of these big Star Wars shows, or even Marvel shows for that matter. But over the last week, I've just felt so much excitement coming from the fandom about this next episode, and I really think that all of this excitement that's going on is going to boost the numbers on the show. I mean, I don't think the show is doing fantastically, but I don't think it's doing as bad as some people are saying it is. I think it's kind of right in the middle. I think the 14 million views within the first, 5 days sounds pretty accurate to me. I mean, people have been burned out on Disney Star Wars for the last couple of years. Do I blame them? Not at all. You cannot blame them. But there are a good amount of people that are still willing to give Disney Star Wars a chance. I mean, I love Star Wars, so I'm always going to be watching the stuff, but I'm gonna call balls and strikes. If it sucks, it sucks. But if it's good, it's good. And of course, opinions change. I liked Obi-Wan Kenobi the first time I watched it. If you guys go back and watch my reactions, I was pretty positive on it. I definitely pointed some things out that were somewhat negative at the time, but as time has gone on and I've rewatched that show, it's not good. It is so poorly written, and like I said, my opinion has changed drastically on that show. I've come around to some things on The Mandalorian Season 3. There are some other things in The Mandalorian Season 3 that I've grown to not like, but all of this is kind of just par for the course with Disney Star Wars. But this is Dave Filoni, and like I said, this has been the most cohesive Star Wars live action show that we've gotten so far, where it's been completely uninterrupted. I mean, we haven't had any filler. The story has told itself in a weird way so far, but you can definitely see where they're going. And I think this episode is definitely going to kick off the absolute craziness that we're going to see over the next half of this show. So I'm super excited about this episode. Before we get started though, do me a favor. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing full-length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go.
Your legacy, like your master's, is one of death and destruction.
Dude, I'm legit so excited. I haven't felt like this in so long for Star Wars content.
Come with me. Willie. Do it.
I feel like Balin is going to stick to his word and not harm her in any way, though. I think Shin's gonna break it, though. Maybe starting a fight between Balin and Shin? That would be interesting.
I didn't expect to see you so soon.
Dude, this is crazy. It's just a recap. Stop getting excited. Stop. Bro, what are we going to see? Okay, that thing can definitely be fixed, right? Like, come on. We live in the Star Wars universe here.
Mom? Can I come out now?
I mean, why would you want to? I get it, curiosity, but like, bro.
I told them to stay together. But they never listen. They never listen.
Damn, dude, the emotion from that droid. Dude, this music. Shadow Warrior. Here we go.
You lost a fight.
I don't remember.
Trust me. You lost.
Balin's skull.
So you do remember. It means you still have a chance.
Chance.
To live.
So is she dead?
Finish your training.
It's a little late for that.
And all of you were like, that's Vader's lightsaber.
What's the lesson, Master?
Live. Or die.
The de-aging looks a lot better. I thought it looked fine at the end of last episode, but it looks really good. Dude, this is already the best choreography in the show. I mean, Hayden just knows what he's doing, but like... Does he sense her out there?
I'm afraid the map is broken beyond repair. Wherever their destination was, we have no hope of following.
So they can't fix it.
We're overdue at HQ. Senator Organa says she can only give us cover for so long.
Well, we're not going anywhere until I know exactly what happened here.
Very cool. At least we're getting references to these characters. Even if we don't see them, it doesn't make sense to not see them, but I get it. The budget's not going to call for them fully de-aging Leia or anything like that.
What are we listening for?
Don't you hear it?
The waves crashing?
No. The lightsabers.
He can hear it. Is this how they're going to transition back to it? The theme, dude.
What am I missing? What just happened?
Jason has abilities. His father, Kanan Jarrus, was a Jedi.
Okay.
He's like, this is par for the course around here. Dude, the de-aging is great.
I haven't taught you everything yet.
Huh, goodbye. Where did she go? Oh! The phase ones, dude! Yo! Is she gonna have the green sabers? This is nuts! Oh, it's in the armor!
This is the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
I don't understand.
That's your problem.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I don't even have words. I don't even have words right now. This is insane.
Come on,
Is
Snips.
this on Ryloth?
The battle's not over yet.
And of course they covered the face. This is unreal. Is that Rex? That is Rex. Yo. Yo. What are they doing to me?
We lost so many.
He's got the shorter hair too, dude. This is...
When Obi-Wan taught me, we were keepers of the peace. But now, to win this war, I have to teach you to be a soldier.
Is that all I'll have to teach my own Padawan one day? How to fight?
Do you even want a Padawan?
She's a really good young Ahsoka. She played young Gamora too, didn't she?
Listen, I'm teaching you how to lead, how to survive. And to do that...
Dude, their relationship is translated so well.
What if I want to stop fighting?
Then you'll die. Let's go.
That is Rex. That's ridiculous. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, hello. That was so cool. That's so cool. Dude, this is... I'm like crying without the tears right now. Like, you know that emotion you get when you're crying, but like there's no tears to show for it right now? Dude, the ghost looks so good.
I was surprised they changed their mind and approved your mission.
Oh, they never changed their mind. No, I just came anyway.
I'm just nothing but smiles right now, dude. This is unreal.
Yeah, she is tenacious.
So was her master.
Yeah? What was he like?
Intense.
He's not wrong.
Chopper says you're gonna have to get low.
How low?
She wants to know how low.
Pretty low. As low as you can. Just go, Mom, please.
Him talking to Chopper is just...
Droid said low.
Dude. Oh. Like I said, I don't have words. This is ridiculous. Yo! Is this on Mandalore?
Nice work, Commander. We'll secure the perimeter.
Ah!
Come on, let's go!
Oh, we need... Oh my god, dude. This is ridiculous.
I don't know this battle.
Yeah, because you weren't there.
We had parted ways by now.
Looks intense.
It was.
I can't believe this. This is...
We're part of a legacy.
But my part of that legacy is one of death and war.
But you're more than that. Because I'm more than that.
But more powerful and dangerous than anyone realized.
She sounds a lot like Ashley.
You've learned nothing.
Don't say that.
I gave you a choice. Live.
Oh, now that's Vader's saber. Like, it's gonna be Vader, isn't it?
Or die.
Oh, I thought it was gonna turn around and it was gonna be Vader.
No.
Incorrect.
Sith eyes. This.
Lack conviction.
Oh, the voice.
Time to die.
Huh. It's his hilt, but red. That's very interesting.
I choose to live.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is just all in her mind. She's not
hope
really
for
in the
you
world between worlds. I mean, yeah, it makes more sense.
Anakin.
Yeah, it's just all in her head. Is she gonna wake up in the water? Yeah. Damn, they were searching all day. I am sweating. This is ridiculous.
We got her, John.
You just sense it. For a second, I was like, why does she look so strange? She doesn't have the headband.
And Sabine.
No, we have not found her. We were hoping you could explain what happened.
She wasn't there for that part.
AHSOKA!
AHSOKA the White.
You have a training room in your starship? Will you train me?
No.
Do you know how to build a lightsaber?
Yes?
Will you teach me?
No.
He'll get there.
She might have left an impression on it. Like a memory.
So we'll know what happened.
Possibly.
Oh yeah, because she can sense what's going on, or what has happened in the first episode.
You and I share a common goal to make this change. Come with me, willingly. I give you my word.
Yeah, I still think he's gonna stay faithful to that promise.
They took her with them.
And she's alive.
Maybe. I mean, has to be, because, like, the show.
We
But
have to go after them.
how?
General, we have a problem.
What else?
It's the fleet. They're on their way.
Well, they're a little late.
I don't think they're coming to help.
I thought it was gonna be like Ahsoka was gonna get there through the world between worlds, because I mean they're just portals in and out of time, but she could find a portal close to the time in the new galaxy, but I guess I don't know how she would. But I really don't know how they're gonna get there now. They're gonna hitch a ride on the whales. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna pull an Ezra.
Do you have evidence of Imperial Remnant activity or of Grand Admiral Thrawn's return?
No.
You and Ahsoka Tano are to return to Coruscant with the fleet.
I'm not sure she'll agree to that.
That's not
I'm
gonna
not
happen.
sure I agree to that.
Yeah, no.
The Senate Oversight Committee is going to determine if your command should be permanently suspended.
So expelled then. I mean, you have all of them as eyewitness. The pilots, Hera, Jason, Ahsoka.
I'm not sure I like this plan.
Yes, I would like to second that.
Dude, she looks so good in the white. I'm still in awe at how good they look in live action. I'm in awe at this episode. That's a big one.
Up ahead, I think that is one of the larger ones.
Yeah, I can see that. They can see that.
That'll do.
They are gonna hitch a ride. She can talk to them just like Ezra did, right? Commune with them. Dude, that is Jimungo.
General, we got incoming.
I was gonna say, they gotta be at a standstill, because I thought they were flying forward, and she was just easily walking on the wing. It's like, there's no way.
This is Captain Teva out of Adelphi Base. Please identify yourself.
Captain Teva, why aren't you far from home?
Repeat, please identify yourself.
Captain, the reason we are here is because there was no mission.
I respectfully disagree.
It's just like the stories you told me. How the whales took Ezra and the bad guys far, far away.
Yeah, they saved us.
The threading and the interconnectedness is just so good. It's so good. Gonna get in the mouth? I guess so. I thought they were just gonna hang on like with the tendrils, like the Star Destroyer.
Get in there.
He's like, what? Are Hera and Jason gonna go too?
You're certain they know where Sabine was taken?
I have no idea.
What?
I guess they're not going with him. Makes sense. I mean, Hera wouldn't want to bring Jason.
I'd move your fleet out of there if I were you.
Dude, I cannot believe this episode. That was a great shot. I just need a second. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Yeah. Yeah, dude. We're so back. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts here. Like, my mind is racing right now. Yeah, this is hands down the best hour of Star Wars that I have watched since I watched Revenge of the Sith for the first time. This was incredible. I mean, I might be going a little bit too far with that statement, but this is peak Star Wars, dude. This is the best episode of this show, hands down, not even close. Best episode of the Filoniverse stuff, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, hands down, not even close. Best live action Star Wars episode on Disney Plus, hands down, not even close. Just, dude, the emotion that this episode brought to me, and what I know it's going to do to so many fans out there, and what it's going to make these fans feel like, especially fans of the Clone Wars, Rebels, the prequels. This was a very special episode for so many different reasons. At first, I was a little bit nervous because they were cutting back and forth between Hera and Ahsoka and all that, but the story deemed it necessary. Obviously, Jason was hearing them in the world between worlds. It wasn't the world between worlds, but you know what I'm talking about, in her mind. I guess Jason could kind of sense the inner conflict in Ahsoka, and that's why he was hearing the lightsabers. I really don't know for sure, but I get why it was necessary to cut back and forth, and that ending was so good with the Purrgil jumping into hyperspace, and and Carson's just so funny. Carson is so funny. Like when Hu Yang was like his father was Kanan Jarrus. He was a Jedi, and he's like, okay, because it's just par for the course around these parts. So that was everything with them was done really, really well. But what I'm gonna spend my time talking about, obviously, dude, Hayden Christensen killed it in this role, and the de-aging looked a lot better in this than it did at the end of the last episode. I thought it looked good. It did look a little uncanny valley, but it, like, there were certain shots where I was like, dude, that is Revenge of the Sith Anakin, literally. And just, dude, seeing him go full out with the lightsaber duel, so cool. He brought back some of that prequel fight choreography energy that we have been wanting since Revenge of the Sith and haven't gotten with the Disney trilogy. I don't even like calling it the sequel trilogy. These are the real sequels right here. The Mandalorian, Ahsoka. These are the real sequels. Say what you want about Book of Boba Fett. That's the real sequel right there. I mean, dude, it's the Disney trilogy. It's not the sequel trilogy. But that fight between them was really, really cool. And then he knocks her back into a memory, and we see her fall. Is when she was getting up, I kind of noticed the lightsaber hilt, and she looked a lot shorter. It didn't look like Rosario Dawson's body type, so I could kind of tell that it was a different actress at first. And correct me if I'm wrong, she was the one that played young Gamora. Looked exactly like her. I mean, obviously older, because it's been how many years since Infinity War, but I'm pretty sure that was her. But she did a phenomenal job playing a young Ahsoka. But dude, getting to see Hayden in the Clone Wars armor, the Phase 1 clone troopers running in, fighting like an actual Clone Wars episode, it was shot so well. Dave Filoni did such a good job with this episode, as I knew he would. Just seeing Ahsoka and Anakin run side by side in a Clone Wars setting in live action is just, it's pure childhood, like, glee. That's all I could describe what I was feeling. I mean, I'm still at a loss for words, so I'm probably all over the place. I know I'm all over the place. I'm sweating. This is ridiculous. Look what you did to me, Dave. We get to see Rex, dude, in the background at first. I'm almost positive they were on Ryloth, because there were a lot of Twi'lek around in the background, so that's why I'm thinking that. And then we cut to the Siege of Mandalore, and we see, like, the Maul helmeted Mandalorians that were on his side. She has the blue lightsabers. I didn't really know what was going on when they cut, and they just showed her wielding the blue lightsabers. And I was like, wait, hold on a minute. This looks oddly familiar. And then it showed the Mandalorian with the Maul horns, and then you could see the 501st with the Ahsoka sigil on their helmets, those helmets in the background. And then we see Rex, like, full on, like, come on, Commander, let's go. Dude, this episode was perfection. And seeing the conflict between Ahsoka and Anakin throughout these memories was so cool. And it really was Anakin teaching her one last lesson. And I think we're going to see Anakin again, because I really don't know if that was really Anakin or if that was Anakin in her mind kind of reconciling things on its own, you know, going back to those memories, or if that really was Anakin like getting into her head, what it was. I'm sure we're going to get answers, because I'm sure we're going to see a Force Ghost version of Anakin show up, like, in the real world. But, dude. And then they get booted out of the Siege of Mandalore, and he's fighting with the red eyes, the Sith eyes. He has the red lightsaber blade, but it was his hilt. I think that was originally how it was going to go. I think Anakin was supposed to bleed his crystal in the original, like, draft and cut of Revenge of the Sith. I could be wrong. I feel like that's something I've seen, like, in previs stuff where Anakin has the hilt of his, and then it's the red blade. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But seeing them fight and then her be like, I choose to live after she beats him, and she just throws the lightsaber, and he kind of just like stares at her with the Sith eyes, then he blinks and like goes like that, and it's back to his normal eyes, and then he smiles, looks at her, and he's like, there's hope for you yet, and then he disappears, and then the water rises, and then she wakes up in the water. Dude, it was so perfect, so perfect. Like this was the best Star Wars. This is peak Star Wars. Bring it on, Dave. Like, bring on the rest of this show, because I am so happy as a Star Wars fan, a fan of these characters. I could not be more pleased. And dude, just let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing full-length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy as much as I did, and I will see you all in the next one.